Hi, my name is Davita Mueller. I'm the Director of Service Planning and Development at Sun Tran, and I'm going to talk about or walk us through the recommended changes for the Comprehensive Operation Analysis, also known as the COA. So first, I'm going to focus on the routes 1 through 61 for Sun Tran. So Route 1, we recommended that the route be eliminated because of trying to maintain a 1 mile grid, and Glen Street was not within the 1 mile. However, we did hear a lot of concerns and comments from the community, and there was no support for this change, and so we are going to maintain Route 1. However, there will be a change in that the route will be on Glen Street and Craycroft instead of Glen and Swan. But we hope you like this change. Route 2, we recommended that it go west of downtown using Silver Lake Road out to Cholla High School. However, there's going to be no change in the northern portion of the route. It will still continue to go downtown. And it will, however, it will end at Banner UMC on the south. It will not continue to go to Laos Transit Center. That alignment will be taken over by the Route 29. Route 3, 6th Street in Wilmot, we also recommended discontinuing the route, and we had recommended doing the west end on a Route 8. The community did not support this change, and the final draft maintains service along 6th Street. We did make one change in that it will travel on Pantana Road to Pima College East. The portion that will be Stella and Camino Seco will be covered by the Route 37. So Route 4 Speedway will take over the portion that the Route 8 does on Wilmot Road to Udall Transit Center. And the portion that's on Kolb Road will no longer be operated by Route 4. That portion will go to the Route 9 or Grant Road connection. Route 5, Pima West Speedway, was also recommended to be eliminated. And again, the community did not support this change. We've brought back Route 5, extended the time of day that it travels. The frequency, there is no change. It's still a 30-minute route. It'll go from Pima College West Campus to Udall at Udall Transit Station, and it will have an extended period during the day to cover the Route 22. Route 6, there's no change to the Route 6. However, on the weekends, it will have 3 more hours on Saturday and 4 more hours to cover the span of day to make it more in line with other routes. Route 7, we're going to remove the deviation from Aviation Parkway. Right now, when the bus has to turn onto Aviation Parkway because of the bridge over the railroad tracks, it continues downtown. The change we'll make after the new bridge is built on 22nd Street over the railroad tracks, the route will go to 6th Avenue. It'll stay on 22nd Street to 6th Avenue and then into downtown. But again, that won't happen until after the bridge is reconstructed over the railroad tracks. Route 8 also has a change, and then that portion, as I mentioned, on Route 4 that travels on Wilmot to Udall Station will no longer be part of the Route 8. It will be on the Route 4. And we're looking at adding an on-demand service area to cover some of that portion of the route to make sure that people can still connect to the hospitals that are along Wilmot Road. So Route 9, Grant Road, was originally proposed to go downtown and a portion on Craycroft. However, that was not supported by the community, so Grant Road will continue from West Campus all the way to Kolb Road. And then it will continue south on Kolb Road, taking over that portion of the route that was covered on Route 4 Speedway. and it will then continue to Pima College East. So that's a slightly different change instead of stopping at the park and ride at Golf Links and Kolb. Route 10 does have a final recommendation to go on to Stone Road. However, this change will not be completed until the Tucson Rapid Transit Project has chosen its local preferred alternative, or the corridor that the rapid transit will go on. We will review this route along with a few others after that corridor is selected. But Route 10, Route 10 is a little farther down before we make any changes. Route 11, Alvernon, currently goes on Alvernon and Ajo. That portion is not recommended to be changed. However, the Route 50 is recommended to be added to the Ajo portion of Route 50 would be added to the Route 11 and would not go to Laos Transit Center. Route 12 is 10th and 12th Avenue, and it is recommended to merge with the Route 24 that is the South 12th Avenue that goes to Desert Diamond Casino. So this route will go from Ronstadt Transit Center all the way to Desert Diamond Casino, and it will no longer travel into Laos Transit Center. The Route 15, or Campbell route, will go from Tohono to Dai, and instead of making a deviation into Tucson Marketplace, it is recommended to stay on Campbell all the way to Ajo, where it will terminate or begin at Banner UMC. So Route 16 is one of those routes that's also included in the Tucson Rapid Transit Project and the local preferred alternative. So it's one of the choices that you can choose on Oracle. The recommendation for Oracle Road is that it would be merged with South 6th Avenue, and the 16 and 18 would be one route. And the portion north of Tohono would be its own route to go North Oracle and Ina Road. But again, this change will not happen until after the local preferred alternative, or LPA, is determined for the Tucson Rapid Transit Project. Route 17 has no changes on it at all, and we will continue to watch that route and make sure that we have good service from the east to west side of town. As I just mentioned under Route 16, Route 18 is proposed to be merged with the Route 16, but again, this change will not happen until after the LPA is determined for the Tucson Rapid Transit Project. And Route 19 is also in that category of being changed with the Tucson Rapid Transit Project. If Stone Avenue is recommended, then as the corridor, that will alter the recommendation for the Route 19. Route 21. We proposed in the preliminary routings that it would be either going west of where it goes right now to Anklam Road and then south to Valencia, or would go east along Grande, sorry, I mix up those two streets all the time, Grande to Valencia Road. The community did not support this change, so the Route 21 will not be making any changes to the routing. However, on the weekend, we're looking at increasing the time of day by a couple hours so that it'll go until 10 p.m. on Saturday and 9 p.m. on Sunday. But again, Route 21 does not have any recommended route changes. The final recommendation for Route 22 is to be eliminated completely. However, the service will still be covered by the Route 5 from West Campus, continuing along Speedway all the way to Udall Transit Center. So the Route 22 is recommended to be eliminated. So So for Route 23, the draft service plan proposed merging the route with Route 21 to create a north-south corridor on the west side of I-10. There was a 50-50 split between the two options in the survey response, but the community also heard from, the team also heard from the community that they didn't want to lose the alignment to downtown, so there's no changes to the Route 23. Route 24, as I mentioned earlier, will be merged with the Route 12, and so there will be a single route from Ronstadt to the Desert Diamond Casino along 10th and 12th Avenue. Route 25 removed the deviation to Laos Transit Center. So Route 25 will stay on Park and Euclid and continue to the Tucson International Airport. Route 26 Benson Highway has a minor change in that the loop on Drexel, Belvedere, and Benson Highway would be eliminated. However, the route would also pick up the Home Goods loop from the Route 11 that's at Valencia, Alvernon, Corona, and Palo Verde Road. Otherwise, the route doesn't have any changes. Route 27 currently goes to Laos Transit Center by way of Calle Santa Cruz and South 12th Avenue, and that would change to go on South 6th Avenue instead. Service to Desert Vista campus will still be done, but it'll be done on the Route 29 instead of the Route 27. So Route 29 has a few changes in that on Valencia, it would, instead of going to South 6th Avenue, would travel Calle Santa Cruz to Irvington, and then Irvington all the way over to Country Club Road, where it will service the Banner UMC South Campus. So that's the final recommendation for Route 29. Route 34, as I mentioned earlier with the Route 1, will have a change from Craycroft to Swan. So the route will be on Fort Lowell from Tohono Transit Center to Fort Lowell, and then it will travel on Craycroft instead of, it will travel on Swan instead of Craycroft. But the route will also become a 30-minute weekend peak, and it will have extended hours on Saturday and Sunday from its current. This will allow Swan Road to be part of the frequent transit network routings. Again, this is one of the routes that also will be impacted by the Tucson Rabbit Transit Project. And so we will reevaluate this after the LPA is determined. Route 37 has a small change on it as well. The service will decrease to 40 minutes. However, the day will expand. The travel day will expand. And then when it gets to Stella Road, instead of traveling on Pantano, it will do that portion that the Route 3 was doing. So it'll take Stella Road to Camino Seco, but it will take Camino Seco all the way to Irvington Road before it ends at the Pima Community College East Campus. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Route 50 would be eliminated, but that service would be added to the Route 11. And then Route 61, La Cholla Boulevard, would continue straight on Wetmore Road without deviating into the auto mall. And the Route 61 is recommended to be operated by Sun Shuttle to better match its available resources with rider demand. And this would require an IGA or intergovernment agreement memorandum to make that change between Suntran and Sun Shuttle. But the ridership is small enough that Sun Shuttle would take care of it better. And then last, we would add a new route, Route 62. The Route 62 would be North Oracle Road in Ina. This is the portion of the Route 16 that travels north of Tohono Tadai Transit Center. In addition to being separated from the Route 16, this route would continue on Ina all the way to Silver Bell, connecting some additional businesses and getting past west of I-10. However, this portion can be done all by itself, but it will probably also wait for the Tucson Transit Rapid Project and be completed at that time, depending on the LPA selected. Next, I'm going to talk about the Sun Express routes, routes 101 to 204. The Express Route 101, there's no change. That's the Golf Links to downtown route. On the Express Route 102, which is the Northwest U of A, this route was proposed to be discontinued, and its services will be incorporated with a Route 124. So we're going to change the route number because we will travel the area west of I-10 on Ina Road to Silver Bell to Cartero, back to I-10 before it goes downtown. So this will basically merge two routes together. The Express Route 103 is recommended for discontinuance. Route 103 overlaps with more frequent routes, the Route 4, the Route 15, and the proposed Route 62, and it's recommended to be eliminated due to its very low ridership. The 104 Marana is also proposed to be discontinued, but it will be merged with the new Route 124 that goes with the 102. So it won't just go from the Crossroads Park. It'll start up at Lambert Lane in Oro Valley, travel La Cañada to Ina, and then do the loop on Ina to Silver Bell to Cotero, down to downtown as part of the Route 124. In the original recommendations, Route 105, the Foothills downtown route, was proposed to be eliminated. However, the concern were to address the concerns related to elimination of this route. We're not going to be making any changes to the Route 105. The Route 107 is recommended to be discontinued. However, the trips on the 107 will be combined with the Sun Shuttle Route 401. Peak service trips, which would be the express trips, will be operated to Ronstadt Transit Center to support the commuters that are going from Oro Valley to downtown. And then off-peak trips would only go from Oro Valley to Tohono Tadai Transit Center, where you have access to 15-minute service on Oracle or other routes within the system. The express route, 108 Broadway downtown, is also recommended to be eliminated because this route will overlap with Route 8 Broadway, which is seeing an increase in frequency to every 15 minutes between Houghton Park and Wright and Wilmot. Yes, the portion between Wilmot and downtown is 15 minutes, but the change to the Route 8 will have the entire Broadway corridor at 15 minutes, making the express route redundant service. Express Route 109X, the Catalina Highway to downtown, there's no proposed changes to this route. And then Route 110, the Rita Ranch to downtown, will maintain its bidirectional express, so that means it'll go both east and west in the morning and in the afternoon, and there's no proposed changes to the frequency or alignment for the 110. The new 124 Express, I already referenced before, will operate from Riverfront Park in Oro Valley, serve the crossroads at Silver Bell Park before driving I-10 to downtown. This route will have the same number of trips ending in downtown as the two routes currently serving riders on the routes 102 and the 104X. So the Raytheon routes are the routes that go to the Aerospace Parkway area. Express Route 201 is recommended to be realigned to prevent the out-of-direction movements. Right now, it starts on Speedway, starts on Harrison, goes west on Speedway to Alvernon, and it will now start at Speedway in Harrison, go south on Harrison, and use golf links to get to Alvernon, and then the rest of the route will be similar. Hopefully this will make the route more productive. It'll also be more direct to the Raytheon, Bombardier, and Worldview areas near Aerospark. The 203 or Valley Aero Park is proposed to be discontinued. The resources on this route will be combined with the 204X to make a new route 205. And again, as I just mentioned, combining with the 203X is the 204X, and that route would be eliminated. The 205, which would be a whole new route for Northwest Raytheon, would operate from the Riverfront Park in Oro Valley, serve the crossroads at Silver Bell before taking I-10 to Raytheon without stopping downtown. This route would have the same number of trips ending at Raytheon as the two routes currently serving riders on the 203 and 204X. So now I'll talk about the Sun Shuttle routes 401 through 486, and these routes also connect with the Sun Tran routes. So Route 401 will extend south to Tohono Todai Transit Center, and then farther south to Ronstadt Transit Center during peak periods. A peak period is the express commuter time, and the trips from the Sun Express Route 107 will be combined with the Route 401 to reduce duplication. Deviations within Steam Pump Village, Rooney Ranch, and the Rancho Vistoso Park and Ride will be discontinued, but it will go past the Park and Ride so that people can still catch the route. The Route 412, the Thornydale Orange Grove route, is proposed to be realigned from River Road along La Cañada to Orange Grove Road to Thornydale due to low ridership along River Road. This new alignment will provide access to the new destinations, primarily the Northwest Medical Center. So Sun Shuttle Route 413, the Marana Rito, we're going to remove the deviation from I-10 and move the route over to Tangerine Road. 421 Green Valley Sahuarita will still continue from Sahuarita to Ronstadt Transit Center. However, it's proposed to be realigned away from I-19 in order to provide new service to the community of Summit along Old Nogales Highway. The route will now travel from Green Valley to Pima Road to Nogales Highway to the Old Nogales Highway. Stop at the Summit at 6th Avenue and Irvington for transfers to Laos, and then continue downtown to Ronstadt Transit Center. Sun Shuttle Route 430, which is Tucson Estates, will be realigned to serve the Casino de Sol on West Valencia Road. This means that instead of turning around at Branding Iron Circle, the 430 will continue south on Camino Verde to Valencia, and then after serving the casino, the route will turn left and travel back north on Mark Road to Irvington, and then return to Laos Transit Center. The route, Sun Shuttle Route 440 to San Javier will have no changes. And the Sun Shuttle Route 450, with the extension of Route 9, Suntran Route 9 to Pima College East, the Route 450 is recommended to stop at the Pima College campus. When the Houghton Road project is completed, the recommendation is to also have the alignment travel south to the Broadway Houghton Park and Ride. It will travel north to Broadway Houghton Park and Ride, so that it will cover the entire Houghton corridor from Broadway to Valencia Road. And then the 486 that goes to Ajo and Sells, there is no recommended change. And that's the end of the COA's recommended changes that will be taken to Mayor and Council in 2024. Thank you.